So today we're deciding to present on the Biocon India group case study. Unfortunately, David was supposed to present the abstract as well as the introduction, but he never got to it, so bear with me as I just read off what he has. This report examines the use of the new subsidiary called Syngene and the doubts that occurred because of the risks it posed in the market, culture, ethics, and publicity aspects. Biocon had begun its journey throughout the years producing enzymes when all of a sudden they made a switch to start producing pharmaceutical drugs alongside its competitors. The knowledge of how to manufacture enzymes led the business to begin manufacturing drugs, which gave Biocon the idea to start Syngene. The purpose of this report is to provide Biocon with the necessary information to move forward with Syngene and the proper way to expand the company. Biocon developed two subsidiary research contract organizations who serve the global pharmaceutical market. The first was Syngene. They collected information about the target molecules and regions for early-stage drug discovery. The second is the new subsidiary that was created in 2000. This was Syngene. Their purpose was to offer a wide range of clinical service trials because drug development may require different approaches and studies. This report provides examples of how Syngene could give risks if it overshadowed Biocon and Syngene. Some of these risks included 1. Market opportunities, 2. Organizational culture, and 3. Publicity and ethics. The recommendations that are provided for deciding how to move forward with Syngene are 1. Begin animal tests, and this will allow testing to provide the company with side effects and its products and terminate the ideas of inhumane tests. Or 2. Spend more money on research and development that can allow for more products to be made correctly and pose no dangerous risks to consumers. And then in this project, David wrote a small introduction, so I'm just going to read that off for you as well. This report examines the use of new subsidiary called Syngene and the doubts that occurred because of the risks it posed in the market, culture, ethics, and publicity aspect. The purpose of this report is to provide Biocon with the necessary information to move forward with Syngene and Syngene to expand their company in the proper way and the subsidiary that would take over. Recommendations will be given to Biocon's executives to plan what choices will be made in the future. And then this is my incident report. The following information from the incident and investigative report of the details of the Biocon India group case are found below. Biocon was one of the world's largest biotechnology companies. The company was founded by Camryn Mazumdar Shah. Initially, her interests were to become a brewer. Her initial actions did not become her end goal because in the beginning, Biocon was a result of a joint venture with a focus on making enzymes for industrial applications. In 1998, Biocon began forming into a fully pharmaceutical company. Biocon subsidiaries were Syngene International Limited and Syngene International Limited. These two companies allowed Biocon to find new and affordable cures to deadly diseases. The company wanted to keep working on curing these diseases, but in the most affordable manner. Biocon is looking to grow and expand their company. In order to grow, Mazumdar Shah has to decide if Syngene or Syngene will take over her initial company, Biocon India Group. Biocon has the software and materials along with the power to create new companies. The only problem is she's concerned that her subsidiary company will overthrow her initial company, Biocon. In the investigative report, I reported an analysis of the company's problems is needed to help break down what is happening to Mazumdar's companies. Although all of her companies are doing fairly well in India, Mazumdar wants to help emerge Syngene into the public and expand the subsidiary company. Although Mazumdar has her doubts about Syngene, it is in the best interest of the public's health and Mazumdar to allow Syngene to expand. Mazumdar is worried about her company Biocon. She feels as though with the expansion of Syngene, it will overshadow her two other companies. The unfortunate thing is that Syngene is already doing better than her other companies combined. Therefore, it is already overpowering the two companies. Mazumdar is driven to success, and she should see that Syngene has a promising future ahead, and she should continue to work on expanding Syngene despite becoming larger than her other two companies. The problem with this case is Biocon wants to expand Syngene even though that they are still having doubts. Mazumdar is worried what the public will think of the company in respect to publicity, ethics, culture, and the overall risks it poses. Mazumdar is afraid that Syngene will end up dwarfing Biocon, even though it will unfortunately do that. In order to make Syngene successful, she must put all of her eggs into one basket and focus on expanding the company despite what will happen to her other companies. In order to grow and become successful, Mazumdar must be on the correct business paths and chase what will ultimately help the public. Mazumdar's subsidiary company, Syngene, should continue its expansion. Although they should proceed with the company, Mazumdar should take it slow and steady. These companies need to gain more experience in order to progress.
For Biocon's feasibility report, there are a couple of options that they have. The first will be acting on Syngene. Contract research organizations, or CROs, are proving to be more profitable in the pharmaceutical market. CROs in 2020 is on track to attain a growth rate of about 11.48% from 2014 to the year 2023. CROs are finding excellent opportunities in emerging countries like India, Brazil, China, in terms of conducting clinical trials to bring down the drug development cost, according to a source from MarketWatch. An area in development that might change for the solution is that although Biocon CRO would satisfy a need in clinical trials, they are nowhere near developing its own drug molecule. On average, it takes around 10 to 15 years and costs $2.6 billion to develop one new medicine, including the cost of many failures, according to a source from Pharma. In order for Biocon to stay involved in the clinical field, they would have to stay contracted with hospitals. However, hospitals are majority focused on genetic drugs requiring bioequivalence and bioavailability, or BEBA. This puts Syngene's current capabilities positioned in the low to medium value segment of the value chart. For culture, Biocon would need to restructure management programs, publicity, and refocus their marketing position. Biocon currently runs on a little to no hierarchy in the company. The freedom of feeling unable to approach superiors is the exact environment that they strive to have. However, with incorporating the division of Syngene, a mass influx of new hires will disrupt the current utopia that they have. Employees will be dispersed among contracted hospitals, labs, to conduct their clinical trials. Thus, approved schedule appointments will begin to form. The sole pride of Biocon will have to be completely changed. The attention of the public will be magnified on Biocon once clinical trials are announced, and the public will judge their ethics based on the effects of the trials they have on the community. Financially, the number of patients required to establish the treatment would be the driving price factor. According to a source on BMJ Open, the median estimate of an individual clinical trial is around $19 million per trial and $41,413 per patient. The second option that Biocon has is to fully dissolve Syngene. If they go ahead with only Syngene, as the market continues to rise in the R&D field, or the research and development, Biocon's decision with Syngene will progress them into success, but with limitations. Due to India enforcing pharmaceutical regulations such as the India Patent Act, the IPA, and the Drug Price Control Order, the DPCO, it levels the playing field not only for Biocon but for other competitors as well. And then until another competitor comes along with the same service but with a more economical price, Biocon's growth will begin to plateau. A change in their development won't be very drastic. Most of their resources and attention will stick with Syngene to create their very own drug molecule. Once their molecule is created, they can profit off the exploitation of it to other CROs or to be clinically tested by another pharmaceutical organization. This will be the only chance of their expansion in the field other than investing in other biotech facilities to increase the amount of molecules they can buy in bulk and offer to their customers. Another change will be in the culture will be very minimal. Biocon will stay dedicated to its pride that the cornerstone of its culture are openness, trust, and collaboration. An environment without any hierarchy or any procedure to interact with superior will continue to be a healthy and welcoming environment. And the good relations that are portrayed will shed a flattering light on Biocon to the public. So in conclusion, the first option will be for Biocon to go ahead and to slowly continue with Syngene, and the second will be to fully dissolve and to only stick with Syngene and to become efficient with that. As a team, we recommend that Biocon goes ahead with slowly investing in Syngene, therefore to always look ahead long term and to look towards expansion for their company, and to always earn as you learn, as their philosophy is.